welcome to another video of Raye and Ghail UK Vlogs.
And today we are going to be talking about the do's and don'ts of travel etiquettes. So in this video we're going to be talking about the travel tips and what you need to know and what you should not do while traveling to another country abroad or in your city. Every country has different codes or etiquettes that you must know before going there. Sometimes travel etiquettes are very different from place to place, so you should know which things you are allowed to do and which things you should not do.
Travel tips or etiquette do's and don'ts. The do's and don'ts when traveling abroad. The do's. Number 1. Eat local food. Part of traveling is immersing yourself in new things, even if it is not what you're used to.
Tip number 2. In taking photos, always ask permission before taking photos of the locals. So imagine you want to take a photo of someone. You have to ask permission before you do so, because sometimes in their culture they don't allow taking photos of the public. Tip number 3. Check for tipping etiquette for the particular country you are in. Some cultures see it as an insult.
Tip number 4. Learn the lingo or basic language, like saying hello, please, and thank you in the native tongue of the locals. So of course when you arrive somewhere new in a country, you have to of course speak their language or at least learn the basic words, or probably when you're greeting someone or when you meet someone, if you want to introduce yourself, you have to use all these words. But they say it in a different language and you might not know it. So you have to learn it in advance.
And be prepared.
Tip number 5. Remove your shoes before entering someone's home. Keep an eye out of signs asking this and always comply. So when you go in someone's home, you don't want them to think that you're dirty, so you have to welcome them too, like you welcome your friends and your family. So you have to remove your shoes before going in their home,
so that you don't make the floor dirty. Number 6. Be aware of your surroundings. If anyone or something looks suspicious to you, notify the chaperone or the police. Tip number 7. Look up your valuables. So basically, if you lose anything, that might be because you left it behind. So be careful, just in case you might have lost something. So for an example, if you lose your wallet, it has all your bank numbers in it. You don't want that to be lost, so you have to keep it somewhere valuable and lock it up so no one can steal it.
Tip number 8. So this also implies on number 7 because it links to it. So it is, memorize your passport number. You should always have a copy of your passport because what happens if you lose it? Then you might not have a copy and they might not know who you are. You have to keep it stored in another location. If it becomes lost or stolen, knowing your number will speed it up for replacement.
Tip number 9. Follow the buddy system. Always have a friend or group with you. There is safety in numbers. So basically what this means is that it's safer if you have a friend with you, so that in case you are in trouble or anything, at least that person can come and help you.
Tip number 10. Of course, the most important thing is to have fun. Make the most of your experience by staying off your electronic devices. Soak in as much of your experience as you can. So since you've been in a new place, you have to get an experience. But of course that experience has to be good. So then you can remember it and cherish it with all your friends and all your memories.
And that does not mean always looking in your phone and going in Snapchat and everything, because that doesn't make your experience as fun as possible. Now let's move on to the don'ts. Tip number 1. Do not lose your temper, because then that will make your experience more
miserable.
worse. Yeah. Number 2. Do not pass items over another person's head. So basically that means like don't pass it to someone when someone's blocking it away, because then they could be in contact with it and you might not know. Number 3, know your place. Do not sit any higher than your host if you're invited to someone's home. So this means that you should act like a guest, not the owner of the house, because it's not your home and the owner might feel a bit insulted.
Tip number 4, do not put your hands in your pockets because it may perceive you as being angry even if you're not. So people might think that you're angry when you put your hands in your pockets, and that's a very terrible image of you. So you have to not do that and just walk casually. Tip number 5, touching someone else's head, cheek or hair is considered rude. Tip number 6, never use your finger to point at people because it's considered rude.
Number 7, PDA alert. Do you know what that means?
Nope.
That means public display of affection. So that means no hugging or kissing your significant other can be frowned upon. Pay special attention to this cultural taboo, especially if you're traveling to Vietnam, Indonesia or Malaysia, because they will find it a bit rude.
Tip number 8, do not do drugs. In many parts of Asia, the penalty for drugs are extreme and can even carry the death penalty. So please do not quit your daydream.
Tip number 9, do not carry and publicly show large amounts of money at places that do not appear safe and secure, because that means that someone might take it if it's a lot of money and you'll end up broke. Tip number 10, do not walk with purses or bags loosely over one shoulder instead of carrying it facing the inside of the friend next to you, because that might mean that you are keeping your wallet or any valuable things insecurely.
Fact number 11, never leave your things unattended. Fact number 12, do not mock or poke fun of culture and people around you. You are a stranger or a guest and should always remember to treat people the way you want to be treated. So you should never mock people and you should never poke people, because it might be very rude and the person that you do that to might be very, very offended. So Gail,
Yeah?
since we're finished with all these facts about traveling, why don't we travel and go abroad ourselves?
Oh yeah, because it's summer. Wait a minute. Did you pack your stuff?
No.
Shall we do it now?
Yeah. Have you packed your stuff?
Let's go.
Oh wait, we forgot to do the outro. Oh. Please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell button so you never miss a video of Raye and Gail vlogs. And please enjoy this video, and hopefully it will give you some tips of traveling when you want to travel, especially when it's summertime.
Have a safe and happy journey to you all.
During summer. So bye.
Bye.